Welcome back. Week 9. Got it right this time.
Did
Week
get it
9.
right.
YinzerNYC. Very rare occurrence right here for the
Midday.
midday pod. This is the
Get the
second
lights
time we've
on.
ever podcasted before noon. I remember whenever we first started, we're like, we're going to do a recap pod. And
Yeah.
then we realized we would have to wake up at like 8 a.m. on Sunday to get recap pods in. And we not doing that.
No, we're at our core, we're just lazy men. But
Hey, it is what it is.
can
You
I?
said you had like a wild stuff. So like I also had wild stuff, and that's why I missed out on recording last night.
That's right. That's right.
First time in 9 weeks.
That's right. I've taken a few L's, but before we get into that, let's get the recap because I want to do. We're gonna start with Frankie Dimes. Frankie Dimes, a very workmanlike, a very Jeff Bagwell approach to this, where he's just going away. He's not giving anything away, and he's just hacking. Let's go for Frankie Dimes. Miami +3 winner, Air Force under winner, Rutgers winner, over Nevada loser. That was a loser by a lot.
Yeah, I had the over in the first half. They scored 6 points all game.
I was gonna say, yeah, that was. I didn't have to check that.
6-0.
And then the ECU loser. But here's the deal: Frankie Dimes 3-2. He's up 2 units. He's up to 17.5 units on the year. So
the head-to-head, by the way, the head-to-head.
Here's what happened.
I won the head-to-head.
He did win the head-to-head. And I'm going to get into this because I'm going to tell you what happened with me last week. On book, off book, in real life, just your boy's just getting hammered. I think I'm cursed. I think somebody put a curse on me.
Somebody hex you?
Somebody hex me.
Yeah.
Clemson -3 loser. Caleb Williams couldn't throw a fucking touchdown pass. How does that not happen? Loser. Oklahoma was up 10, let UCF drive the field for me to lose the game. Army -32 or Army +32. They didn't score a single point. LSU dropped like a 70 burger on our servicemen in a time of near war. A cowardice act is all I'm saying.
Cowardice.
Brian Kelly, whenever we held the draft, Brian Kelly and all of his sons and or daughters sent to the front lines.
His family.
His family. Fuck him. He's a traitor. He's not a patriot. Oh my God. He's a goddamn liar. He's a no good sack of shit. How do you drop 70 on the serviceman from West Point?
It's ridiculous.
Also, I had
That's a terrorist act.
A terroristic act. I had Army on the last leg of a parlay because I do play my real picks. It was a $25 bet to win 620, and I couldn't even hedge it because at no point was Army near the game. So that hurts. But my OSU same game parlay hit. So Yinzer went 1-4 last week, and he lost 7 units. So yeah, not a great weekend for the syndicate. We were down a total. We were 4-6, down 5 units last week, mostly because of me. I'm an iron anchor weighing down Frankie's soaring eagle. But we're last week 4-6.
I mean, I got crushed off book. I may have done well on pod, but it's like all year I have had the best gambling year of my life. Documented. The app that I'm on says I'm in the top 5% in the world. And then college football comes around, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna bet everything.
Play it.
Every game. And I'm living and dying with every snap.
I cannot even tell you. Last week, and this is going to sound like every gambler you ever talked to, I was 1 game away from 6 parlays, and not one of them hit. And there were 6 different games. It wasn't like, okay, I needed one thing to happen in 6 parlays. None of them came through. I could have won 2,600 last week. Instead, I think I ended up winning like $8.
There you go.
And then got killed all this week. Got killed last night. I had the Bills -6.5 and a 6-leg parlay. They won by 6. They gave up that last drive. That was bullshit. 2-point conversion. So I'm just getting smoked.
I lost $100 last night.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Like I said, Mike Evans, I think, was 1 yard short for another. So I'm just getting killed.
He was 1 catch shy of hitting his over. I know some people were upset with that.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just, like I said, and then, so I can tell you about my week so far. I want to do a little fun segment called Is Yinzer the Asshole? We can do that.
Okay.
But I also have some great questions for you. I know I lacked last week. I'm coming in with some heaters. I got some good ones.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Why are you not working today?
I'm just off today.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just off. No,
I'm in the command center. It's my 1 work from home day. Thank God it worked out this way. But
no, I'm just I worked like 6 days doing all this stuff. So taking a day off, much needed. But
you deserve it.
I do deserve it. I probably should be working and try to get some overtime to recoup what I owe.
Overtime.
But overtime. But let me hear what happened with Frankie Dimes last night in the city, Mr.
So
New York.
the situation wanted to go out.
Okay.
Her friends were in town. Her friends are visiting, and she was like, "I want to show you off to my friends." And I was like, "Okay,
Okay.
we can do that."
Frankie Trophy husband.
That's right, trophy pipe.
Yeah, trophy pipe. Frankie Trophy pipe.
And so I text Yinzer. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm still on track for the 9 o'clock pod." I'm supposed to meet at this one bar at 7:30.
Okay.
I get there at 7:30.
Nice.
I call her. She says, "Hey, we're leaving now." 8 o'clock, they show up. I'm fuming. I'm texting Yinzer. I am hot right now.
30 minutes for a group of girls to be late is like, that's like 5 minutes.
Girls and gays.
Girls and that's, yeah, honestly, they're on time. You're the one who was late. So they were 15 minutes early by that clock.
And so we had a good night. I was getting interrogated mostly. Felt like I couldn't, like, the best friend was there, and I felt like I thought I made a good first impression, but then, like, anytime I said something or brought something up, or maybe she brought up something in the past that the situation and I did, it felt very like inquisitory. It felt very detective, like, "Oh really? I don't know."
That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah. And so I was just like played nice guy, laughed it off. Anytime I got jabbed, I just laughed. I can't be like, "Oh, really? Well, that's funny that you didn't like that I bought her this, because the only thing your guys have gotten you is chlamydia." Like, I can't.
You should have.
I can't say things like that.
You could have. You could have.
I would never say something like that, and then
in our next segment, you're going to see where Yinzer did say things like that. So that's fun.
And then it's getting towards the end of the meet, and they're like, "Let's all go to the club." And I'm not a club guy. I don't drink. I was rocking Heineken Zeros all night.
Nice. Took my advice.
Yeah. And then we went to a gay bar in Hell's Kitchen.
How was that for you?
It was fine for me. I didn't go to the bathroom while I was there, but it was fine for me.
That's your loss.
Now I know what it's like to be a hot girl, though.
I was going to say, Frankie Twinks was in full effect last night.
So mind you, like, I'm there with the situation, and this is like, she and I are dancing together. It kind of like, I'm wearing a hoodie and like cargo pants. Like, I don't necessarily look the part. It's Halloween night. We got people in butterfly wings dancing around.
Love
like
that.
I'm not necessarily in vogue there, but what was going on? So many guys walked by me and put their hand on like my back, like my lower back, and they're like, how like you're in a club, you're like, "Excuse me, sweetheart." It's like I was getting a lot of that.
Were they sliding down?
No, I didn't feel didn't feel anything in the tailpipe. So
it's okay.
I had but it was cool. The music was good. We had fun. The situation started feeling bad, so they left, and I walked home because it wasn't that far. I took a train like 2 blocks, and then I walked home, and I got home at like 1, and that brings us to now. And I woke up feeling hungover because I slept 6 hours.
I'm going to be honest. I got a text last night at 12 in the morning that said today's pod is going to be electric. I thought there was something. I thought this was going to take a left turn somewhere. Is there something you're leaving out? Are you not telling the people something, Frankie? Frankie withholds.
No, I don't think I have anything crazy. It's just the craziest thing was just getting just like interrogated by the best friend.
I feel like
it's a lose-lose situation, because I can't roast her because that's the situation's best friend, and then I look like a jerk. And even if I brought up my feelings of like insecurity to the situation, she would side with the best friend.
That's true.
So I'm just gonna have to wear it. It's like when you go up against a Roldis Chapman and your manager's like, "I need you to lean in. I gotta take 106 to the ribs."
You just gotta take it. Frankie Clubs, Frankie Nightlife, maybe.
I don't hate that.
Frankie Nightlife over there drinking. You're like the club owner. Like, you're just watching everything, but you're not drinking. You're keeping.
Yes, dude. Dude, there was this one guy, club owner like me. It was a nice.
I keep coughing. My God.
I don't care. We were standing outside the club, and this one guy just like barrels out of the door, and then he walks into the street. The most violent vomit I've ever heard in my life. It's like he was screaming. He's like, and it was like I was like, is this The Exorcist right now? Like, it was intense, bro.
The man wasn't feeling good. There's nothing wrong with that. We've all thrown up on a sidewalk.
That's why I don't drink anymore.
No, that's not why. It gives you the superiority feeling that you love.
Oh, come on.
It's you
I
love.
love it when people are like, "Oh my God, that's so good for you." Or
Well,
people are like,
why do you not drink? Is it a health thing? It's just just I feel like it's a control thing, and I like to be in it. You're so soft.
what about when people there was like a couple dudes that were to like 21 and I told them I was 27 and they were like jaw on the floor. They couldn't believe it. I love that stuff.
Was this at the gay bar?
No, this was at the
Oh, okay.
dinner. This is
I was
at
like, Frank, these guys just want to fuck you, but that's cool. Yeah, whatever.
Go ahead.
There's nothing wrong with that. So let me tell you about my night last night. So last night we we'd go to, like, my company will do various stuff where they'll donate. We'll go to different charity events and stuff like that. So last night,
That's good that you guys donate after kicking people out of their houses all year.
Give and take, baby, give and take. So we go to this event, and I'm telling my girl, I'm like, hey, we're going to this really nice place in Cincy. Get dressed up. We're gonna go out. Hors d'oeuvres, cocktails, nice drink, fancy people. We love it. Places I don't usually run in. So we go there, and it's only like 25 people. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
That's
Usually
weird.
these are big. These are a gala event. And so we're sitting there, and everyone's like, how do you know so-and-so? Why are you here? And I'm like, oh, our company donated money. Like, I'm feeling like a big shot.
Okay.
I'm feeling like Benny Big Shot.
Benny Big Shot.
I'm feeling like, oh, it was for a school. They're like, do you teach at the school? I'm like, no, I put money away, but thank you. Thank you. So that was me talking. I'm going there, and it's like I'm eating meat. It's like the scene in Wedding Crash where he's just eating all the food. I'm like, I need to try the crab cakes. I'm just stuffing meatballs, and I'm drinking Coors Lights, living my life. Finally, they do a PowerPoint, and I'm like, what's this whole thing about? And I'm like, oh, it's some leadership award. I'm like, oh, they're gonna bring some like cute little 11-year-old girl. She sold the most this. They're gonna give her some award. Cool. Everyone loves it. Cheer. We're out of there.
Yeah.
This is for, and I see the words celebration of life. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Apparently, the thing we were invited to was a memorial service for a girl that got fucking killed in a car accident.
Jesus.
Why are we here? Everyone here is like, how do you know this person? I'm like, our company donated. So we're sitting here, and I'm like, where the fuck? I'm like, oh no. Why would they invite us to this? Like, the last thing they invited us to was like a fundraiser, and there was a band and live music. So I'm sitting here like an asshole, and I'm just like sitting there, my big I'm blocking the screen. I don't know what to do. And they're talking, everyone's crying. They're talking about how much this girl, they're talking about, oh, she was a beautiful spirit. Everyone loved her. And like this couple's across from us, and they're like fucking all fucked up. And they're like, what did you guys like do? I don't know what we did. So I called my boss, I was like, the fuck did you send me to? They didn't know. So apparently I'm sitting there just in this girl's like
wake,
honoring her with some scholarship memorial. I have no affiliation with anybody, and I'm just there as an asshole. I'm there like eating fucking little mini meatballs, stuffing my goddamn face.
You're eating cocktail weenies. They got this chick's urn on stage.
Yeah, and want to hear the worst part is they have like, so it's like for an all-girls schools, they have like the middle school girls, and they're like ushering in and doing all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a little joke, trying to crack the ice. I walk in, I'm like, "What you got?" I was like, "Oh, you girls get detention after work this or something." So,
oh my god,
I don't know. It was terrible. God bless my girlfriend for being there, being a trooper the whole time, just standing there. You know, she was like, she's like, "Oh my god, that's so sad." She's there, and there. I'm just like trying to wait. And I'm like, how early is it to leave after it ends? Because I don't want to be here anymore.
Right.
The scent of death is in the, and then her families. It was sad as shit.
They're gonna talk about how who was big Baba Ganoush over there hammering the cocktail weenies.
Yeah,
did anyone know that guy? He just left.
I'm like, huh, yeah. I'm like, have you tried these lemon bars? I'm like crushing all the food, and they're doing a fucking celebration of life. So that's what I did last night. And apparently there was 2 events last night that we were supposed to go to. One was this, and the other was like some chef's table where all the local restaurants come and they serve deals. So how did I get this one when someone else got the other one? So apparently someone sending a clear message across the bow to me. I'm persona non grata.
Shots fired to Big Ben.
So Yinzer baby, not too happy. I'm gonna go grab a water so I don't cough and make everyone want to lose their mic. So you're gonna free solo for like 20 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. That in my mind I do picture Yinzer and I as the guys from Wedding Crashers, and Yinzer is Vince Vaughn and I am Owen Wilson. But oh, he's back. Did you hear any of that?
I did. I got it. I was clocking you.
What do you think about that?
I think
comp.
that's spot on. I think if we went to a wedding, I think that's the exact role we'd play.
Lock it up.
I think we'd be zoned in.
Lock
I
it
think
up.
it'd be dangerous. I think people would see us. They'd see we'd be like a Brandon Jacobs, Ahmad Bradshaw type.
Oh
of, like,
yeah, Thunder Lightning. Yeah.
Like you'd come in with finesse. You'd play it off. You'd be like, "Oh, I don't drink and I have mental health issues," and I'd be like, "What's your fucking deal? Why are you? Who do you know here? Like, I don't see your ring. What's your deal?
What's this chick's deal?
Yeah, what exactly? What's your deal?" Like,
They come out to my house. I have an acoustic guitar.
Yeah. I'd be in the middle of the thing, just like eating a little croissant. I'd be like, "What's the deal with the chick in white? She's pretty hot." Her deal.
I'm reading "Don't Kill Myself" books. You said they weren't yours.
I thought about maybe between the West Virginia loss and my gambling luck, and after last week when I looked, I counted up -7 units.
Thought about going to a meeting?
Yeah. And not to mention, if you can't hear it, I'm sick as a fucking dog. So
yeah, man.
I'm taking L's after L's. But so we got that. I'm ready to play. I wanted to do a new segment. This was actually just happened like 2 hours ago. It's going to play. Am I justified in this or am I an asshole? Are you ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a member. I've lived in Cincinnati for like a couple months now, almost a year. And I'm like, you know what? I should probably get my Ohio license because I had my Kentucky one when I lived in Kentucky. So I'm off today. I'm going to go do this. You ever had to get your new license? Did you ever have to do that when you moved to New York?
No, I still have West Virginia license.
Exactly. It's an absolute pain in the ass. So I go there, go to the BMV, whatever. I have all this shit. I get all my documents. This lady looks at me. She's like, "Yeah, this doesn't work." I'm like, "What do you mean it doesn't work?" Now, I've moved for work for years. I've got new licenses everywhere I go. I have a folder with all the same shit. She's like, "Yeah, this isn't right. This isn't right. You need this." And I'm like, "Honey, I've done this in like 4 states. Like, this is not my first rodeo with this." So we go back and forth for like 5 minutes. I'm like, "Can you just please get somebody else to verify?" Because it's like the front desk lady. I'm like, "Can you just get somebody else?" And she's like, "No, I've been here for 6 years. I know what I'm doing." I'm like, "You know what?
Boy. Oh boy.
You know what? Okay." So I'm like, I'm gonna stand there and I'm like, I was like, "I don't think you know what you're doing." And I'm like, "This is the birth certificate. This is 2B's ID. Here's this, all this shit." So you know what? You're talking to someone that works in the government, so you might as well just hit your head off a brick wall. It's not gonna work. So this time I'm heated. I drove out, took off work. It's like 30 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drive to another one 20 minutes down the road because I know I have the shit. Go 20 minutes down the road. Lovely, lovely African-American woman helped me.
Right.
Lovely. They just love the big guy. She was willing to help the big guy. She got me registered, got my new license. And I'm like, "Hey, let me ask you." I walked in. I'm like, "What's all? Are all these documents good?" She's like, "Baby, everything's good. You got all your info." I'm in out in 20 minutes. So now
you say, "What's up with your branch up here?"
No. I took it once. That is what a rational person. A Frankie Dimes would make a comment, an offhand comment like, "Oh, yeah, I guess you know what you're doing." Not Yinzer.
Oh boy.
Called that place.
Oh no.
It's like, "Hey, could you put Kelly on the phone?" And I put it on speaker. And I was like, "Are you the manager of this one?" She's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Hey, Kelly, my name's Ben. I came through about an hour ago, and you said I have the right documents. And I just want to tell you, you're fucking terrible at your job."
Oh my God.
The lady was on the phone. And I was like, "I just want you to know I'm at this branch getting my ID done." And so I was like, "Remember when you told me you worked there for 6 years and know what you're looking at? Apparently you don't." And she hung up the phone. So the question is, and I've already asked my girlfriend, she said, "Huge asshole. Would have been very upset if she was there." The question to me, am I the asshole?
I'm going to say yes with an asterisk.
Okay, I think that's fair. Because I could have handled this a different way.
Could have handled it. There was part of me that was hoping you were going to show up in person with the ID and say, "Look at this. What you think about this?
How do you like them apples?"
Yeah, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
So I feel like 24-year-old Ben would have driven back there with an ID and just put it in her face and just waved it in there until the cops came.
But wave it in there like a Draco and just...
Yeah, with a Draco. But threatening a government employee probably gets me on a watch list, so I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I feel like, although I will say the lady at the other BMV, she was sitting there. She was
Why do you keep calling it that?
It's what it's called.
BMV?
B as in boy, yeah. Bureau of Motor Vehicles. I know it's not D.
Bitches, money, Vegas. That's what we're about.
Bitches, money, Vegas, yeah. Blowing money vast. But so I go there, and I think this other lady was like taking a second to register what was happening because I told her, and then she was like, "Oh my God," and like she didn't want to be a part of it. And I hung up the phone, and I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "I can't stand." I feel like not the fact that she fucked up her job because listen, we started everything saying I'm an idiot. Like I'm
Oh
an
yeah.
idiot.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not arrogant about if you say I think you're doing something dumb, I will hear you out.
Hmm. I agree.
This lady was so
The
confidently
amount
wrong.
of times I have conversations with people about college football or sports in general, and I have to act like I'm dumb,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Yeah, man, remember when they won by 20?" And I'm like,
No.
"Yeah, it was something like that." Yeah, and I'm like, they lost by like 8, and I'm like,
But here's what I think. Justifiably, she wasted an hour of my time, which in the grand scheme of things, not a ton. But for me to bring in 4 different documents and you to look at all of them, including a birth certificate that I'm
right,
holding,
right.
and I'm like, here's a photocopy of it as well. And here's also the one from the hospital. And here's also a picture of me with 4 other licenses.
And here's also a video of me coming out of my mother.
Yeah, that's honestly short of that. She'd have been like, And so this lady, dumbass, I thought maybe I'd feel bad as it went on. Actually, I'm getting angry again about
Oh
it
boy,
because of how confidently
he's getting hot.
She told me that I was wrong.
That's the thing. It's the arrogance. It's like
it was the arrogance.
it's like when I told you about the woman that wanted to kick me out of the room that I like am
Yeah.
chilling in at the wedding. It's the arrogance, even though they're in the wrong.
But that would be like if you also showed her a tight written letter from the bride that just said Frankie Dimes can be in there.
Yeah. Oh
But-
yeah.
So maybe I am the asshole. Maybe I'm not. I feel like 24-year-old Ben would have caused a scene, got on a list. But you know what? 30-some-year-old Ben, he's just gonna make a phone call in front of the other lady.
I think that's good karma. I think you're gonna have a good weekend this weekend because you restrained yourself.
I showed great restraint in yelling at somebody else. And you know what? I feel like people do need to get yelled at. I feel like we need to bring bullying back and public shaming because
there should be. I think in the past couple of years, honestly, the whole quote unquote canceling thing has like chilled out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to start bringing some shaming. Like I would like her.
Also, I don't think canceling was real. Louis C.K. still sold out MSG.
He still is out there, and he was
Chappelle's still selling out MSG. Aziz Ansari's still selling out wherever he goes. I don't think comedians are getting canceled. I think I think as far as the canceling thing, I think people that do like actually bad things, like any sort of essay or any sort of like crime with women, like they're getting called out for it now. I think that's the good part. But like,
I think it's also the people that are getting canceled are people that work like regular job that like drop a slur on like during like a call and you're like, you're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, that's not even getting canceled. That's like you just shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's just somebody like Enterprise that like says something like, well, it looks like you're not gonna be a manager there anymore, and they give you the tools to be your own boss. So that's tough. That's tough to get back from.
Number one employer of ex college athletes.
It's interesting, but yeah, that was my morning. I'm still heated. I'm still mad. I feel like I had time ripped from me, and I feel like I was proving I was made to be a fool in front of all of the old women sitting there scanning IDs. So,
right,
it was my thing.
You ready to lock it up?
I'm settled down. Let's lock it up.
All right, we got locks. Yinzer's not happy with the board. I'm content with the board.
I hate this board so much. So I'm gonna let you go ahead. I want to hear 2 picks before I even give you one.
I have 4.
Okay, give me your first 2
because my first one. Let me make sure because I couldn't remember if I got it at the half number or the actual number. Hold on. Pulling up the app. Let's take a closer look. I'm up 17 units on the year, so which is good. Hold on. We got to load. Getting my haircut tomorrow, Yinzer. What should I go with?
I'd like to see like the old George Michael with like the cross earring.
Oh my God. The dangle, like the Barry Bonds dangle earring.
I'd like to see that.
Okay.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know. No, I've never been like necessarily a short hair guy. Oh, here we go. It's tomorrow. That's why it's not showing up. Okay. I have Oklahoma State -7 at home against Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati is, dare I say, the worst of the new 4 in the Big 12. And if Oklahoma State just continues to run the ball for 1 billion yards of play, I don't see how Cincinnati can keep up. Welcome to Stillwater, Cincinnati. Welcome to the Big 12. You're about to get ran on. Yeah. So I got the Cowboys -7.
What's funny is that's actually one of the few plays that I did have, but I might have got it yesterday. It was 6.5.
Yeah, 6.5. Nice.
So, That's okay. We're recording today. I'm actually going to take that with you. That was actually one of the picks I had written down. So I was hoping to steal one of yours.
Okay. You can still steal one of mine. I have the picks.
I'm still going to think about it, but I have, I'm going to chill with Oklahoma State -7. We're going to ride that together.
Wow, that's okay. A little unity action.
Yeah, I had that before, so I'm going to ride with you if you like it. You've been hot.
You like it. I love it. I have the under 39.5 low total. Miami of Ohio versus regular Ohio. I watched all of Ohio last week because they were in one of my parlays. They played against Western Michigan. They cannot score. They play great defense. This is a bet. Whoever wins this game is probably gonna represent the MAC in the East.
Yeah.
For the championship, it's gonna be a knockdown, drag out, rock fight. So I'm taking the under there.
Under 39.5. Okay.
It's a low total.
That is a low total.
Also, I'm still hot about that bad Iowa call. That cost me $100+, hundreds plural.
The bullshit punt return.
Yes, dude. That was anybody who's ever watched a second of football knows he's saying get away from the ball.
That was a pretty bullshit one. I agree with you on that.
And the fact that they didn't know it until they watched it on a replay, like they were looking at the replay to see if he stepped out of bounds, and then they're like, "Oh wait, no, there's a penalty." Like I didn't think you could do that.
No, that was horseshit. I agree with you.
Refereeing across all sports has been bad. The NFL referees this year are heinous.
It's
heinous.
So
the Steelers were getting a lot of bad calls against them, but the Steelers won the game because of a bad call.
Yep.
I mean, Kenny Pickett was 2 yards short, and they're like, no, he got it. And
that was a terrible call. But they also, the drive before, they did
the phantom PI.
Well, no, on whenever the Steelers were on offense, it was pass interference and then taunting after, and those offset.
And it offset.
It shouldn't offset. One's during the play, one's after the play. So it should be automatic first down, 15 yards back. They offset them. So just bad refereeing all around.
There was another game that made me upset.
What was it?
I will refuse to believe that the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Miami Dolphins on Sunday. That game is under protest to me mentally. I'm not counting that as a loss for Miami.
I didn't watch a second of that game. Not 1 second.
You want to hear the stat line?
Give it to me.
10 penalties against Miami.
Oh, I saw there was no penalties.
0 penalties against Philly.
I did see that. I saw
I saw clips of face mask. I saw clips of multiple holdings. I saw multiple pass interferences. The roughing the passer on Christian Wilkins where he just touched him and he fell down. And then you look further into the game. Who was refereeing that game? A gentleman who was an ACC official who had been suspended for unlawful refereeing or like whatever, like bad refereeing, like unethical. That's what it was. Unethical refereeing. And guess where he's from?
Where's he from?
Outside of Philadelphia.
Frankie Dimes wants to investigate the whole league. He wants to put the whole thing on trial.
And so I refuse to believe that the Miami Dolphins lost that game. That game was clearly fixed, crooked by the NFL. Also, I don't think you should ban the brotherly shove. So I'll extend an olive branch to you Philly fans that want to kill me.
I mean, there's a way to stop it that everyone's ignoring. Which is? Well, there's 2 ways.
Benny DC over here.
I mean, first of all, you're on the goal line. Just pretty much line up off sides, make them call it every time. Do that. Line up off sides, put your nose in. Or just do the Troy Polamalu and Micah Parsons play as soon as the ball snap, jump the line of scrimmage. Literally jump over the center because the center is going to dive down. So they're going to try to go low. Your only chance is to grab Hurts, try to pull him back.
But they have the 3 people behind him pushing.
I know, but that's the only way is just to stop that. If you can get a hand on him and you're pushing back, they can at least stop it for half a second and push back.
I know that in the last 2 years it's been like unstoppable, but like it'll get stopped. It'll get stopped eventually. That's like I go through these things with football. Like last year, I was like, I don't know how anyone's ever going to stop Tennessee football again. And guess what? Now they're mediocre again. So like people figure out how to stop things.
Yeah, it's shit ebbs and flows. I don't want to ban it. I feel like find a way to stop it. And other teams try to do it and they can't do it as well. So just because your team can't do it doesn't mean it should be banned. I agree with that.
Exactly. All right. That being said, Miami did not lose that game. Here we go. This is a sucker pick. This is a public pick. This is a pick that's probably going to come back to blow up in my face like a cartoon cigar. I have Louisville -4.5 against Duke.
4.5. 1 unit.
1 unit. Riley Leonard's still injured.
Still injured.
I think the situation right now at Louisville is the perfect situation for Brom. Like he's a Louisville guy, and then Brian like is the OC. Like they're both Louisville guys. They want to be there. They want to do well. They got their quarterbacks having a career year, running backs having a career year. I like Louisville.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my first solo play that we don't have together.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you Penn State first half -17. Penn State's gonna come out and kick this shit out of Indiana. That's gonna be the game where you're like, they're gonna load up some frustration. I think I even like the 31.5 number a lot. Penn State loves nothing
Penn
more
State
than
knows the number.
they love kicking the shit out of teams. I think that's an easy slam for me.
I like that. I like that first half. Wonder what that first quarter is.
6.5, but it's juiced.
I would probably just take that.
It's juiced, but you can do it.
I have one more.
Okay.
And this is okay, you got me last week. Let me get you back this week.
Ooh, you trying to go back to the well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Under 50, New Mexico and Nevada.
That's a smelly game.
The game was 6-0 last week.
It was. That was a pretty tough game.
Nevada's not very good.
No, they're not.
But they won.
No, they're pretty bad. That's
So that's what I got.
Looked at that score line. I was thinking about that, but I don't know. Well, all right. I'm going to give you my next one.
Okay.
I truly apologize. I feel like I wasn't coughing at all until I started this.
Are you okay?
I just sound like a mental patient, just like coughing and snorting everywhere. Whatever. All right. I'm going to cut him. I'm going to go back to my alt spread parlays because they were so hot until last week.
Okay.
I'm going to go UGA -6.5, Arizona +9.5, 2-unit play. I think Georgia handles Florida pretty easily. I hate the thought of getting backdoored, so bring that below a touchdown. And then Arizona +9.5. I think Arizona can win outright, catching 3.5. So I'm going to bump that up to 9.5 and get that over a touchdown. You can even bring it to 10 if you want, but if you're going to take out 9.5, it lowers the juice a little bit. Give me that for 2 units.
Okay.
And I think, are you out of plays?
I'm out of plays.
Okay. I have one more.
Okay.
I'm debating between these, but I think I'm just going to do it. I think I'm going to take Colorado off the bye +16.5.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Off the bye, they're getting healthy. This is a game where they got to get up and go off the mat. I'm playing it for 1 unit, but
okay.
Other than that, I think that's going to be a pretty strong play. Like I said, I don't love the board this week. I just want to get back above water, and then I'm going to hit it hard in week 10.
Come back. Okay.
So I'm going to do the recap real quick. Frankie Dimes, Oklahoma State -7, under 39.5 Miami, Louisville -4.5, under 50 Nevada, 1 unit. Yinzer's got Penn State first half -17, Georgia -6.5 Zona +9.5 2-unit play, Oklahoma State -7 1-unit play, Colorado +16.5 1-unit play. I like that a lot.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so you
don't like Oregon State?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
All right, you ready for Stump the Yinzer?
Yes. I want you to give me some hard questions.
I got 3.
I got 3 for you as well.
All 3 are increasing in difficulty.
Okay.
All right, number 1.
Okay.
Who sponsored the 2007 Fiesta Bowl?
Tostitos?
It is Tostitos. It is Tostitos.
I know my fucking snacks.
You know the chips.
Yep.
You know the chips.
No.
Do you want to go you want to go band for band, or do you want me to just ask all 3?
I want you to go 3, then I'm going to rapid fire mine.
Okay. What is the name of the award given annually to the best college quarterback?
Davey O'Brien?
It is the Davey O'Brien. I thought you were going to go Maxwell, which is essentially the Heisman 2.0, but it is the Davey O'Brien.
Maxwell's offensive player. What is Maxwell?
I thought that's just like kind of like player of the year, but it might be the offensive player. Okay. Now this one is actually difficult, but it's not if you think about it.
Okay.
Which 2 teams played during the first live radio broadcast of a college football game? You think it's difficult, but it's really not.
I'm guessing it's in Pittsburgh, right?
Think KDKA.
Pitt Duquesne.
No.
Pitt, Penn State.
No.
Who is it?
Pitt, West Virginia.
Fuck. I knew it was Pitt. I knew it was Pitt.
Yeah, because that's the
That
first
last one was
ever.
tough.
That's actually a good question.
All right. I got 3 for you, and I think you're going to get one of them.
Is this all college football or what?
No, this is actually, I went with a theme. I went with
Okay.
championships.
Ooh.
Championships is the theme.
Okay.
The first one, there are, Jesus Christ, there are 6 teams that have never won a World Series. Can you name all 6?
I will do my best.
Okay.
The Seattle Mariners.
Correct.
The San Diego Padres.
Correct.
Oh my God. No, they won it. They won it. They won it. I want to say, I don't think dang, this is so tough. I want to say, but I don't want to get it wrong.
I'll give you 2 incorrect.
All right, hold on. Tampa's never won a World Series.
Tampa is on there.
I got 3 more.
You got 3 more. I'll give you 2 misses.
Okay. Milwaukee's never won one.
Milwaukee has never won a World Series.
That would leave. I'm going to say the Angels.
Angels have won a World Series.
Dang. Okay.
There's one very obvious one you're missing. It was the
Really?
reason I asked the question.
Is it the Rangers?
It is the Rangers.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
One
Okay.
more you're missing.
Dang. I'm actually doing a lot better than this than I thought I
Yeah.
would. I'm thinking East Coast for some reason. But I don't think it is.
I'll give you one more guess.
Okay, hold on. Who's up there? Seattle, San Diego, Texas, Milwaukee, Tampa, and someone's screaming in their car right now, being like, "It's this." You want to give me one hint? Give me like what region of the country? Well, like what?
Kind of west.
Kind of west.
West-
oh
west
wait, this makes
of-
it okay because they're one of the newer teams.
West
Okay,
of St.
it's
Louis.
Colorado.
It is Colorado.
Yeah, I'm
The
so
Colorado
stupid.
Rockies.
Yeah, one of my best friends
Colorado.
is their director of like pitching. So
I was gonna say the reason I came with this question is because the Rangers obviously have their chance to win their first one, so that's where I got it.
yeah, game
Alright, the
plan
next one
coordinator for AAA. Sorry.
The next one. This is a college basketball question.
Okay.
There is one program that has played in multiple national championships, men's and women's, and never lost in the championship.
Never lost in the championship.
Never.
Little Miami Marlins. You get there, you win it.
I think they are something like 18-0 or 21-0. I forget, but they're over 15 wins combined. They've never lost in the championship.
That's tough.
Right?
Men's and women's combined. Cause
Come on.
I'm trying to think of people that have won like women's titles.
Yep.
I'm not going to say UConn.
Okay.
I'm going to say UCLA.
It is UConn.
Oh,
It's UConn. 5-0 in men's, and the women have never lost in the championship.
dang it.
All right. The final question. NFL.
Okay, this is going to be bad.
It's a 2-parter. How
Okay.
many Super Bowls has Wes Welker won, and what team did he win it on? Team or teams?
Oh my God.
How many Super Bowls and with what team or teams?
I'm saying he won 4 with Brady, 1 with Manning.
Guess how many he won?
5?
0.
What?
Wes Welker's never won a Super Bowl. Yep. If you want to have a fact that'll blow your mind, Wes Welker never won a Super Bowl.
How did you find that?
It's always like it's a fun go-to fact. He was 0-4, I think, with New England, or he was 0-3 with New England, then he lost one in Denver. So there you go.
Dude, if I was Wes Welker, I'd be full on sick. Full on sick. Are you serious? Like he didn't was it like an injured reserve year where they're like, yeah, we'll just give you one.
Yep.
Seriously.
0.
All right.
Well, that'll do it.
That was fun.
I told you I come with some heat for the second time.
You did. All right.
All
Thank you for listening. I'm gonna get this out ASAP. You're probably gonna be listening to this midday Friday.
Call
But
us idiots.
yeah. All right. Well, I see you, buddy. I hope you have a good week. I'll talk to you later.